Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Kia K4 GT line. This model is finished off in Morning Haze and the MSRP is just over at $28,000. So we have a lot to go over for this smaller size and all new model from Kia. We'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. It's also paired to the IVT transmission. That is the intelligent variable transmission. It pumps out 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque. It can do 0 to 60 in around 8.5 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 29 in the city and 39 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, you'll notice the new Kia badge, which is finished off in brushed aluminum. There's an accent just underneath that, connecting the dark headlight housings on both sides, which are all LED, of course. There's also a sensor down below for distance pacing, gloss black and brushed accents, which give it a great look, and then a few subtle lines that come down the hood. Now that gloss black works its way to the fender arches. It's in the lower side skirt there, and it's even on the two-tone design for the wheels. It's also on the mirror caps, which have some more brushed accents and the turn signal, and then you'll see a combination of that for the window trim. This does have a sunroof up top, and then some nice lines that run down the side. Leading to the rear, where there's LEDs with that light bar that runs through the trunk. There's also a backup camera and then all of the gloss black for the lower bumper. Now this also has remote start, so you can use the key fob for that. You can also use the release or this button right here to gain access to the cargo space. Now there is a spare tire underneath with a little bit of storage, and then you can pull on these tabs in order to fold the back seat down to give yourself that much more interior space. But with the back seats up, you still have a lot of space for this smaller car. Now, as you can tell, there's no traditional door handle because it's up on this pillar here, so you just grab on that to open up the door. You get a little bit of storage and then a nice armrest there and a two-tone design for these seats. Now at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You have auxiliaries and some storage. You get a cargo net on that passenger side, and then you also get an armrest with cup holders in the middle. I do have about a ½ inch or so of headroom, so it's on that smaller size, but it's still doable. And then this also gets heated and ventilated seats. You have memory seating adjustments, all of your controls, and more storage down below, and then automatic front seats with GT line at the upper section. You also have the fuel cap and trunk release in the footwell there. Now this also gets a really cool flat top and bottom design for the steering wheel. Paddle shifters are on both sides. You have your mode, tuning, volume, Bluetooth controls, even a favorites button, and then all of the cruise control settings and the controls to go through the digital gauge cluster, where you have a few icons that you can get into, just depending on what you would like to see. And when you adjust the drive mode from normal to sport, it will change red just to make it a little bit more sporty. Now you have the e-brake, traction control, and a dimmer switch. And then with the infotainment system, you can easily go through all of this information. It is a touchscreen system, but you do also have shortcuts down below, so you don't have to use it as a touchscreen system. And on the far left, there's the climates. So you have your fan speed, temperature readouts, where you'd like the air to go, and then you have some physical buttons down below to further utilize that. You have wireless charging with auxiliaries, and then a backup camera with some good guidelines there. You can also shift using the shifter or the paddles. You have auto hold, a shortcut to the camera system, and you actually have 2 cup holders in the middle. So if you need this for storage or cup holders, you have the option to do both. You get a little bit of storage in the armrest, as well as in the glove box. And then you have the rear view mirror and dome lights, along with controls for the sunshade and sunroof. And here's a look at visibility, where you have a lot of glass. So it's pretty easy to see over both sides. And we'll do one more acceleration from second gear. And we are up to speed. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for this Kia K4. I will say it does handle very well too. For this front wheel drive non-performance sedan, it seems to take corners very well at just normal speeds. It's not a sporty sedan by any means, even though it has a nice look to it, but this can handle turns very well. So I am impressed with its drive and its ride overall, in terms of just being a great vehicle that you can take through some twisty roads, and it will handle and feel pretty solid for that type of driving. Sounds pretty okay too. It's not a loud vehicle by any means, so this is something that, again, meant for daily driving, just being a comfortable vehicle for the price too. It's definitely a great option to go with. And you have a good bit of space for it as well. Seats are very comfortable too. I really don't have any complaints with this model aside from personally wanting to go up to the turbo. This is a very nice vehicle for the price. In a world where a lot of vehicles are twice the price of this, and even going up from there, I know kind of more like base model entry-level vehicles are getting more expensive in general. So at least in today's market for 30 grand, this is a really good option to go with that's going to give you everything. The one thing this does not have is a 360 camera system, so you don't have the cameras in the gauge cluster. Pretty much all of the Kia and Hyundai models have that, so we are missing that. I'm not sure if that's an option or not, but that is, aside from that, everything else is what you would want from a vehicle of this price. So be sure to check out the comparison videos that I have made with this against some of its competitors as well. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.